Hello out there in the mysterious chirp land, all you Terrans. Please welcome the incredible, fantastic Andrew Joseph Perez. The audience goes wild. So great to have you aboard, so to speak.
Thank you. Thank you. It's great to be aboard.
Oh, I see Skip is with us also.
That's, of course, Skip is always with us.
Speaking of Skip Tanner, tell us, why don't you just tell us about Skip Tanner? Give us a little, like, as though you were his wingman for the day.
Skip, I was so stoked that you gave me the opportunity to jump into this character because he is the least Iron Man who thinks he's Iron Man. He's like the anti-Tony Stark. He knows nothing. He doesn't know fucking anything. But he's like, yeah, I'm definitely Iron Man. And it is so much fun to play such a vapid, arrogant, uselessly confident character. He's so much fun. He's so dumb. He's like the last dude I would ever hang out with. And so yeah, I feel like I get to be a little bit Rachel McAdams in Mean Girls, where as Regina George, Rachel McAdams was like, no, this was the girl who bullied me, and just played her. I get to do that with Skip Tanner. I was like, oh my God, this was all of the dudes at my high school. This was all of them. They thought they were so cool. They thought they were so smart. They thought they were so awesome. They had nothing to offer. And it is such a delectable character to get to play because there's so much to mine there. There's so much to dig into. So it's very, very fun. Skip thinks he is the absolute best thing since sliced bread. He's shown up and decided that that was worthy of an intergalactic Nobel Peace Prize. It's just very fun. He's very, very fun.
What is Skip Tanner's favorite food?
It's gonna be something basic. He's gonna have two answers to that. He's gonna have one answer that's like, oh, I really like this particularly rare intergalactic dish, like basically whatever the equivalent of like interstellar blowfish is gonna be the thing that he says. He's never had it. He just knows that that's what he's supposed to say because it makes him sound fancy, but his favorite thing is like Cheerios.
So tell us a little more about Andrew.
Sure. I'm an LA guy. I'm a West Coast guy through and through. I grew up in the Bay Area and Sacramento area, went to school in Seattle, eventually came down here to LA. I've been on the East Coast. I love it. It's awesome. The West Coast is just my home. It just feels right. These are the beaches I love. These are the mountains I love. Um,
Do you
it's
go surfing and hiking?
hiking a lot. I am a terrible surfer. I am a real like I cannot get up on a board for longer than about a second. I am really bad at surfing. Scuba diving, I'll go scuba diving a lot. I am a really bad surfer. um, but I I love this coast. I love the energy out here. LA is a weird town to be in. It's I mean, just take 47 different cities and shove them into one, and you've got Los Angeles. It is a county of 9 million people that was never intended to be this big. It is a weird place, but there are 12 of everything you could ever want to do. Um, so there is infinite opportunity, there's infinite chance for entertainment and joy and food and everything. So I love it out here. Um, Me myself, I was a theater guy for most of my professional life until COVID. I spent a decade doing regional theater. I was all over the country. I toured internationally. I was all over the damn place from LA to Bahrain. Um, and then COVID hit, and I had to find a way to make money. And So I found my way finally into audiobooks. And that has been a remarkably safe and secure and consistent and financially feasible career path, which has been an immense blessing. Um, I love the work that I get to do. I'm all over the place in terms of genres these days. I under my own name, I'm everywhere from fun, like supernatural YA stuff, like oh gosh, what oh, I can't remember the author's name. All of a sudden, Dow is her last name. But it was Team Chow and the Wild Ghost Chase was one that I did recently. Lucy Dow, I think. Really, really fun book. It's a huge series of very multicultural YA mystery books. Super fun. I do stuff like that. I do stuff like weird upper division theoretical economics. Um, so, it's you'll find me narrating books about the Chile project, where the US literally instigated and facilitated a coup in Chile so that they could install their own financial ecosystem and just use Chile as an experiment, which went poorly. Um, it's been really fascinating. I get to learn a lot of stuff. And then on the other side of it, under Julio Maxwell, I get to make a lot of really grumbly, angry, I can't possibly have any feelings, Batman kind of sex noises. And apparently that sells. So it's really fun. I've got a huge breadth of stuff that I get to do. I get to learn a lot of cool stuff that I would never independently study. And I also get to play a lot of characters that are just fucking ridiculous. And it's a blast. It's an absolute blast. I do a lot of advocacy work. My brother is severely disabled. He's a 32-year-old disabled man, nonverbal, mostly wheelchair user. He can walk, but he's a huge fall risk. So more often than not, if we're out in the community, he's in a wheelchair. So I do a lot of advocacy on his personal behalf, but I also do a lot of advocacy just in general on disability stuff, because it is frankly the lost demographic. People think about a lot of minorities, disability is the one that gets shunned. And it sucks because the disabled community is the one that needs the most support and gets the least. And I could give you the numbers on it. That's one of the fights I'm in, is with Medi-Cal, to just make sure that he can live. It's really, really messed up. But we are still culturally in a mentality of just institutionalize, shove under the rug. Let's not think about it. That's uncomfortable. We don't want to deal with it. And it sucks. So I do a lot of advocacy for him personally, and also for the community in general. And I also, ever since June 25th, 2009, the day that Michael Jackson and Farrah Fawcett died, and my dad was diagnosed with prostate cancer, have been a big fight cancer advocate. I've worked with the Movember Foundation, who are an international organization out of Australia, where Mo is slang for mustache. And they decided that this whole No Shave November concept would be better served if it was a fundraiser. And so every year we raise money by doing a mustache grow-a-thon, to see who can grow the coolest, stupidest, best, worst, most ridiculous, most specific mustache, and raise the most money. I've raised, I think now, over $40,000 over the last decade. And that all of that goes to men's cancer research, cancer prevention, and also suicide prevention. It's one of the biggest killers in the entire depression in men is not diagnosed. It's not talked about, and suicide is one of the biggest and most prevalent killers of men globally. And speaking of that personally, I have lived with depression for at least 20 years and have had suicidal ideations that entire time, and it's fucking awful. And I wish that I had had organizations like the Movember Foundation when I was in my teens that I could have heard about and see resources that I could have turned to. So it's very important to me to share that information, to spread that information, to make sure that as many people as possible can know these resources, can know about the ways that they can care for themselves and care for each other that are unfortunately kind of in direct opposition to what our culture tells us is allowed. And so that's very important to me. It's also just fun. It's fun to grow a mustache. It's fun every year to tell whoever I'm dating to be like, sorry, you got to deal with a mustache. It's doing it for I'm doing it for cancer. What are you going to do? Tell me no? And like over the 10 years, I have cultivated my mustache game. The first few years, it was a mess. It was not good. Now, yeah, I know what works. And so it's fun. It's fun to grow a silly mustache. It's fun to make a costume that goes along with it. It's fun to go to the parties. And it's really delightful to use that as an opportunity to get people to raise money to fund these organizations that are actively doing the research and the preventative care for very preventable cancers, very treatable cancers, and suicide prevention, which again is incredibly treatable, is incredibly preventative. We just don't talk about it enough. So all of those things are very important. Maybe not to Skip Tanner, but certainly to Andrew. Maybe to Skip Tanner. Who knows? Who knows where the series will go? But yeah, those are all of that and a bag of nerddom. Give me a little Gimli, a little Frodo, give me a little Luke Skywalker. Let's nerd out. Let's have some fun. Let's play some Gundams. Let's break out our Beast Wars Transformers and have a nice little figurine battle. Yeah, I'm a little all over the place, but that's about me.
I'm watching the new Legos, where the new Lego Star Wars series, where one of the characters does a thing and it changes everything that we know. Have you seen this yet?
I have not, no.
Okay, I'm just going to share one. It won't kill the whole thing for you. Maybe I shouldn't share it. Okay. The bad guys come down to this one spot, and I'm not going to tell you, I don't want to ruin too much, but I'm going to ruin this one thing. So it's character after character, and you're shocked that these characters in this iteration are bad. And then the worst of them all comes out, and it's Jar Jar Binks as an evil Sith.
I have the most ridiculous trivia that I can give you. So Jar Jar Binks, played by Ahmed Best.
And then didn't he come back in one of the other movies as a fighter pilot?
I think he probably did. I think he did. I think you're right. I think he did. One time, I am not making this up. I'm a weird person. I got a lot of weird hobbies. I do a lot of weird jobs. One of the jobs I do is I build and design and perform with synthetic nylon bullwhips. So, theater company calls me up and they say, hey, we need a bullwhip that will work in this production on this stage. And I'm like, Jesus. Okay, I can build one, but that's going to be a custom job because you need like a 2.5-foot thong bullwhip. That's a very tiny whip that's going to be needed. That's going to need to be weighted very specifically in order to work. And they're like, cool, build it, whatever the cost, fine. And I was like, okay. So I do, and I charge him, and I'm like, cool. And the fight choreographer comes over, comes to my house, comes to the house that I'm living in, not my house, the house that I'm renting a room in. And he's like, all right, let me check out the whips you've got. I was like, absolutely, bro. So he's testing out all the whips, and he tests the little shorty that I built, and he's like, yeah, this is gonna work. I was like, great. And then he's testing out the bigger whips, like the regular size ones, 6 foot, 7 foot. And he's like, are these also for sale? I was like, yeah, absolutely. If you want to buy a whip for yourself, like, of course I'm going to sell it to you. And he's like, cool, yeah, I would like to buy one of these 6-footers. And I was like, okay, cool. So like, can I just Venmo you for all of this? Yeah, absolutely. So he asked me for my Venmo handle. I tell him, he sends me the money. I give him the whips. A little while later, I'm looking at this Venmo name, and I'm like, that name sounds really fucking familiar. And I go to Google, and I type in Ahmed Best. And I go, Jesus, French fried Christ, I just sold Jar Jar Binks a bullwhip in my driveway.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Great story.
Yep, 1,000%. He has no recollection of this. There's no way. He remembers that there was a weird dude who sold him a whip when he needed to pick one up for a show. But I will always remember the day that I was like, oh, Misa sold you a whip. You bought it.
Wow. That's incredible. You're so cool. You're so cool. Let's have any other Star Wars thing that you feel would make people super happy and feel connected to you in a nerdy, happy way, and then something that they can fan out, like become fans of you in some dedicated, fiscally supportive manner.
Okay. Star Warsy, let's see.
Or Trek. I know you dabble.
I love the small character. I love the side characters. I love, and I'm not talking about the Jar Jar Binkses. I'm talking about the weird, oh God, I can't even remember what their official title was now, but the invader droids from episode 1, the Roger, like those weird little voice parts are my favorite thing in the entire Star Wars universe. I cannot get enough of the Jawas, of the droids, of all of these strange little characters who show up for like 3 seconds. The little cleaner droids in the True trilogy, who are just buzzing around. There's something so delightful to me about the groundedness of those kind of characters, where they have no bearing on the plot. They don't advance the plot. They don't create conflict. They're just part of the world. And I think, for all, and I will be the first one to say, for all of George Lucas's issues with his writing and directing style, and I saw Carrie Fisher's one-woman show. I have heard her firsthand talk about his directing style. For all of the issues, the man can build a world, and he did it. And there are all of these little tiny nuances, the differences between just the environments of Tatooine to Endor to Dagobah to Cloud City, these environmental differences, these cultural differences. He built world in an incredibly Tolkienian way. And it was just de facto. It was just, yeah, obviously, you live here, this is how you exist. Somebody had to build that. Somebody had to create that from scratch. That didn't just happen. And I think that's an incredible gift. And I think it's an incredible gift to us as the consumers of these stories to get to know that, my favorite ship is an A-Wing. My second favorite ship is a Cloud Cruiser. my third favorite ship is a Y-wing. That's incredibly specific. Like, that's incredibly specific. That's not just like, I like spaceships. Like, that is, he built such a specific universe that we get to know, like, which generation of X-Wing is my favorite. That's amazing. And it's not something that everybody can do. So I think that if there's anything about the Star Wars universe that I really love, it is the inventiveness, it's the specificity, it's the clarity, and it's the opportunity to differentiate. Oh yeah, no, this makes sense for this environment. This makes sense for this culture. That this is what would work. I think that's an incredible gift, and I think that we get to benefit from that. And I think to me at least, it informs all other storytelling from that point forward. That, no, this is the baseline, guys. And if you're not going to do at least this much, reevaluate the story you're telling. Are you going to tell a story that really gets into the nitty gritty and really honors the individuality of the sentient beings that you're dealing with? And I think that's something that the Star Wars universe does really. What was the other question?
So, final question: how can people nerd out and fan human out? Where can they find you? What should they listen to? And if you wouldn't mind sending me an email with like links so that I can put them in the notes for this, that'd be great. And also, I wanted to say, I will. If you wanted to pick a different charity, totally. I just was thinking of that one because that was the one you talked about that November. Perfect. Okay. And I will mention that in the notes for when I post this interview as well.
Awesome. Yeah, if people want to find me, I am primarily on TikTok and Instagram as Andrew Joseph Perez, just all spelled out, all lowercase, no underscores, no anything fancy. My TikTok is all over the damn place. My Instagram is also all over the damn place. I'm all over the damn place. I'm not a consistent one-trick pony. I'm just a pony who does a lot of stuff. So Instagram and TikTok are the best places to find me. My website is Andrew J. Perez. That was when I thought that I was going to be able to use that for all of the unions, and then I found out that no, it wasn't good enough. And to find audiobooks, easiest places are Audible, Libro FM, Libby. What are some of the other ones?
Do you have a favorite series that you narrated that they should just get on right now?
There's a few. I think one of my favorites is by an indie author that I work with, Ariel Morisseau. It is the series that is, oh my God, what is it called? The Mercy trilogy. So Mercy Killing, Mercy something. It's a trilogy. The covers are all like police tape. It's cool looking. They're a murder mystery romance with age gap, teacher student erotic romance, college teacher student, everything is legal. But the characters are so well written. It was one of my favorite collaborations that I've ever gotten to do, because every time I sent in a chapter, she would go, that's exactly how I thought this character was going to sound. And she was stunned. And I was like, why are you stunned? You wrote it that clearly. Like these characters just make sense. Like obviously there's no way that this character could sound any other way. You wrote them that way. It is absolutely one of my favorite things that I've ever done. Some of the best written characters that I've ever gotten to play with. And just some good old-fashioned murder mystery. And by old-fashioned, I mean entirely modern. But like just some good murder mystery writing. So yeah, the Mercy trilogy by Ariel Morisseau for sure is one of my favorite series that I've gotten to work with. I've worked with her a bunch. All of her stuff is cool. All of her stuff is fun. It's been everything from age gap theater romance to the this stuff to like Love Island style stuff. Uh, been all over the place. She's got one. Uh, oh God, what is that? The Muslin Murderess. That is a Lizzie Borden Sherlock Holmes mashup. So much fun. It's so much fun. Had such a blast narrating these just wild characters. Um, so yeah, there's a lot out there. Find them wherever audiobooks are, and I try to post links as soon as I've got a new release. Mostly on my Instagram. That's the best place to find me. Um, I, I'm about.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.